Hey guys, my guest today, Dr. Elena Gabor, is going to be talking about life beyond life regression. See you in about 5 minutes. Grab your popcorn and snacks. Find a comfy spot, take a seat or lie down, and let me transport you to a place of fantasy, ghost stories, ancient legends, odd creatures, alien encounters, and other magical topics. You may even decide to join the conversation. From faraway lands to your own backyard, with a small dash of pixie dust. Turn out the lights and open your minds. The journey is about to begin. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early for us to be doing this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy day after 4th of July. I hope you guys didn't stay up too late doing fireworks. It was pretty wild here. Sacramento was lit up, and I don't think I've ever seen so many illegal fireworks in my life in the sky, but it made for a pretty sky. It made for a pretty sky, I'll tell you that. My name is Charlotte. I'm going to be your host for the next hour. I'm also the owner of the California Haunts Paranormal Investigation Team based out of Sacramento, California. We are 45 strong up and down the state, which means we can help you if need be. We can definitely help you. The problem is California is a big state. So, I mean, we're talking, we got a little bit of everything. We got beaches and deserts and all that good stuff and high plains and mountains. And sometimes it might take us a couple days to get to you, but we will get to you, okay? And in the meantime, we do have mediums on staff who can consult with you to talk to you about what might be going on in your home or business, and they in most cases they can calm this stuff down until we get there. All right. So that being said, you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on YouTube, you can find us at Twitter, you can find us at TikTok, you can find us on Instagram, and all those addresses are Facebook, of course, California Haunts. Instagram, it's Ghosty Gal, it's all lowercase. Twitter, we are California Haunts, self-explanatory. Twitch, I forgot about Twitch. Twitch for Cal Haunts. YouTube, we are youtube.com/at California Haunts Radio. And TikTok, we are California Haunts, all lowercase. So we're easy to find. Just shoot me a message and we'll get you taken care of. And if we can't get out to your area, also, I will refer you to a team that I have, because I keep a list of real good teams. So I'll refer you to a team that can help you. Okay? All right. One more quick announcement to make for you guys before we get started is that my class on Saturday teaching Ghost Hunting 101, because I'm right now I'm rebuilding my team and looking for team members. I have one opening. One of the people that was going to participate can't do it that weekend. So I'm going to be scheduling a second weekend for these classes. Okay. As well as what I'm doing Saturday. But there is an opening available. So if you would like to take the class, feel free to do so. Head over to meetup.com, California Haunts, and check under events, and you'll see it there. Okay. All right. All right. That being said, I have a great guest today, and it's an interesting topic. I've never heard of it. Is life beyond life regression? And my guest, Elena Gabor, is going to tell us about it. But I want her to tell you about her. So I'm going to bring her on, and we'll get the show on the road. Hello.
Hi, Charlotte. It's so nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
No problems. It's wonderful to have you. So here's the elephant in the room. Your last name. Let's get that out of the way. That's a very famous last name. Now you're not related to the famous people, are you?
No, I'm not related to them.
We're okay. So tell me about you.
Well, I'm a medical hypnotherapist. I'm a hypnosis instructor. I teach certification programs in hypnotherapy, medical hypnosis, past life regression, life beyond, life's regression, age regression, and other techniques. I see you're interested in the life beyond life's regression topic. It's a fascinating topic. It covers the journey of the soul beyond the physical death. So after the physical body dies, until the soul returns to live another physical life.
Well, my question about that, because I've never heard of that. I mean, this is fascinating. But you're a doctor. You're actually a medical doctor. And it's rare.
I'm a
Okay. And it fascinates me because I see this the field of what you're doing opening up a lot more, because I had a friend that had a had a psychiatrist that actually believed in the afterlife, but it used to be, it wasn't always that way.
You know, a lot of doctors believe in afterlife. I actually read a study, and about 80% of the doctors believe that there is something after death, or they believe in a higher power and the survival of consciousness after death.
That's wonderful. Because I know years and years ago, like when my mother was, when I was taking care of her with her Alzheimer's issues, and I remember the doctor say, the ER. I was real, is she hallucinating? And I kind of stood there and I went, well, I'm a ghost hunter, so to me, she's not hallucinating. She's going through that last bit because she's old. So it was kind of hard for me to say stuff like that because I didn't know how they would accept it, if they would accept it or not.
I see. A lot of doctors are open to this idea. Some are quite spiritual, others are religious.
Mm-hmm.
So they do believe that there is something beyond the physical death, and there are experiences doctors see. For example, when they are in surgery and the patient is under anesthetics
Mm-hmm.
and they are not supposed to remember anything or know anything, and
Mm-hmm.
after the patient comes back from anesthesia and from surgery, they describe everything the doctor did and everything they said, what equipment they use. So that makes them think.
Absolutely. Now, talking about life after life, or was it life beyond life regression? What is that exactly?
It's an alternative approach to self discovery and self understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when we guide people in past lives, in past life regression, to access either the sources of the uh, challenges they may have, or the solutions to them, or to get answers to their questions, people review a different life, a life that is related to the challenges or the questions they may have. And after the soul exits the physical body of that life at the moment of death, clients start describing a journey souls take into a beautiful, bright, white golden light.
Mm-hmm.
That light makes them feel wonderful. It demagnetizes all the blockages, all the pains, the negative thoughts, the fears, everything that's unpleasant. It purifies them, uh, makes them feel amazing. They feel peace and love, and they feel like they're rediscovering themselves, and they feel like they found their home, the place they were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And there's an entire process that's going on there as the soul returns into the light. So after the energy field is rebuilt, after the soul feels charged and energized and free of any blockages or negativity, it goes into an area. I don't really have another term to use
Mm-hmm.
because there's nothing physical there. It's all vibrational experiences as energy. They go into an area where they meet with their spiritual guides, their spiritual teachers,
Mm-hmm.
and they discuss about the life they just exited from. They talk about what they did, what they could have done, what other options they had, and they talk about their progress. Their spiritual guides and the spiritual masters,
Mm-hmm.
which are the guides of the spiritual guides, and the source of life itself, what people in religion call God or Allah or any other term, source energy in spirituality, right? Or chi energy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they evaluate their progress, the progress of that soul, and they can just feel the soul. If you came back with more energy than you left,
Mm-hmm.
that meant you progressed in that life with more positive energy. If you stagnated, that's okay. But if you regressed and you've been regressing for a while,
Mm-hmm.
then the suggestion is to not take these journeys anymore and just to remain there, because it's a safe place. It's only pure positive energy there. There's no low vibration there, no negative energy. The light is just a gateway of purification of the soul, and after the soul transits the light, is purified, enters these gates of evaluation, and then as it passes those gates, the soul enters the ultimate reality, the infinite reality where all souls come from, um, the heaven or paradise described by religion. So after the soul is evaluated, and there's a life review going on there as well. It gets the chance to see what they've done, how they impacted others. Probably it just reviews the whole life and what's relevant from it. And after this process, the soul transitions into the ultimate reality. And the first, let's say, place, even though, again, there's nothing physical there, the first place or area where the soul goes is to the tree of life, or the Akashic record area, or the Akashic Chronicles, where the soul leaves the memory of that life. It leaves the conscious and subconscious memories of that life, and the identity it had in that life. It leaves it there at the tree of life, and it becomes the higher self, the spirit consciousness. So it leaves the soul consciousness and the human consciousness and identity, and it becomes the super conscious self, or the higher self, or the spirit consciousness, who we truly are as energetic or as consciousness, energetic beings or consciousness. And there at the tree of life, or at the Akashic records, all the memories of all the lives are stored, and everything that ever existed outside of the ultimate reality. And the soul can always access those memories. That's what we do through past life regression. We actually guide hypnosis clients to go into the light at the tree of life. They access that information, and together with their spiritual guides, they actually go into that life that continues to exist. There's a different concept. All lives, whether we consider them past lives or future lives or current lives or the lives that we live right now, they all exist simultaneously on parallel levels of vibration. We are like a river of consciousness and energy, and we flow our energy through all those lives. We already passed through some lives, but our energy still is going through that area, just like a river on earth continues to flow through all those cities and towns and areas it flows through, right? The water continues to flow there, and it did hundreds of years ago, and now it continues to go, and it will go in the future. That's exactly how we are as souls. Once we experience the life, we will continue to relive that life, or live that life to infinity. Probably until we reunite with the source of life. And there are other things that souls do in the ultimate reality as well. There is besides the tree of life, there is the river of life, souls traveling together, millions of souls traveling together create the river of life. And through that river, they travel through various areas in the ultimate reality. Again, it's an infinite reality of pure positive consciousness. And through the river of life, they can also exit through these whirlpools of energy, and they can go and incarnate wherever they choose to incarnate and experience another life. And in addition to the tree of life and the river of life, what souls experience there, there are areas where they train for another life if the soul chose to continue to incarnate. A soul can choose to incarnate or to remain in the ultimate reality for a while, or actually remain in the ultimate reality for good. No one is forcing the soul to do anything. They choose, after they evaluate the life they lived, they can choose to go back and help or repair something or progress to the new level of vibration. And in addition to the tree and the river, my clients have discovered all these areas in the hypnosis sessions, in the life beyond lives regression sessions. Beyond these two areas of connection of souls, there is another amazing thing that a client in hypnosis can experience, is the source itself. My clients have discovered the source. Initially, I did not know what was that, because the way they describe it, it was very unusual and totally different than what you would think God looks like. And multiple clients have gone through the same experiences, describing that infinite energy in the same way. And I describe 4 of those clients in my book, Home at the Tree of Life. That's what's called, Home at the Tree of Life. It's on...
What? Wrong one. Hang on. There we go. It's right here.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, we'll get this. I hit the wrong one. Keep talking.
Yeah, that's a good...
I hit the wrong one. I hit it again.
Yeah. And people can actually
there
read
we go.
the first... Yeah, that's the book.
Finally. Okay.
Yeah, people can actually read the first chapters, the first 3 chapters of the book for free on Amazon or on my website. And the interesting thing about the source, it's so loving. Clients, my clients as souls, can see the source from outside, but they can also merge with the source. They can become one with the source, and the emotional experience is unbelievable. They get into this ecstatic state because the energy of the source starts flowing through the soul, giving them amazing feelings that you do not get to experience in your human life. There's nothing that you've experienced in this life that can come close to those type of experiences. Words like bliss or nirvana don't have the intensity of what a person could experience. And why they do that, they merge with the source to learn and understand at the feeling level what unconditional love really is, because the source is the energy of unconditional love, is the force that creates everything in existence. And in addition to this, souls that decide to incarnate go into, let's say, a training area. Again, it's so hard to describe a reality that's pure consciousness. Right. There's not even the energetic aspect that we're familiar with. It's only pure consciousness. So it's hard to use terms that would be very eloquent. So the souls go into that training area. They prepare themselves for the next life they want to live. They design that life. They make all the decisions regarding their family, what they want to do in life, the purpose of that life, the area they want to incarnate, the planet they want to go to, the universe. I understood there are infinite universes. Life is on many planets and many universes. So the soul has infinite options, right? And it's important to understand that we choose our life at that higher self level, not at the human level. And everything we experience has a purpose. It can help us overcome some, let's say, problems we may have had in other lives. So how do they train themselves or prepare themselves for the next life? By studying their past lives.
Okay.
That's interesting. They create a new life based on the needs they have, because maybe they left a past life with unpleasant feelings or upset or sad, and maybe they didn't go to the light from the beginning, or they regressed. And we practice unconditional love in all these lives, and the answer to everything is have unconditional love.
So yeah, like you say, it's hard to wrap the head around the fact that we're this essence of ourselves, essentially. When we cross over to that world. I mean, and I don't know if you've been able to research this through hypnosis, but let's say I meet my mother over there, my mother's soul. Does she look like my mother, or does it just look like pure energy?
There's nothing to see. The consciousness that's in the ultimate reality doesn't have a physical body anymore, doesn't have an energetic body. So it's not the soul anymore. The soul has the energetic body, the energy field, the auric field. It doesn't have that either. It's only a presence. It's only the observer of the mind. We can identify with that we can identify with the life force in us, with the observer. That's what they are, a life force. And you will recognize your mother immediately because you already know that consciousness, but it's not gonna have the identity of your mother anymore. It's going to be the higher self of your mother, and all consciousness is there, or spirits, because that's the spirit consciousness. Of them love each other in the same way. They have unconditional love for everyone. The type of love you have in this life for the person that you love the most. That's the love you have for everyone in the ultimate reality. We all are a big and happy family there. We all know each other. All the people on this planet, we all know each other in the ultimate reality. It's just because of low vibration energy that's in this reality, we create this ego mind,
Right.
should I say the false identity.
That's fine.
And we create all sorts of conflicts and problems, and egoic ideas start to dominate our mind.
This is fascinating. Thinking along that line, as a ghost hunter, I mean, for years, one of the explanations we had for ghost orbs was that it was someone that can't remember what their body looked like. It's just pure energy coming through. So is that what we're seeing? I mean, when we see these orbs?
The orbs?
Yeah.
The orbs can be rivers of positive energy, those that have that geometric, beautiful structure. You can actually see like the frozen water, the molecules of frozen water. Yes, those are positive energy. The river of life that's in the ultimate reality, it also continues in this reality and many other realities. So sometimes we can see those orbs, and they're part of the river of life, the river of souls that travel in this reality, because we are in an ocean of souls in this reality, in an ocean of consciousness. But if it doesn't have that beautiful geometric structure,
right,
if it looks like a smoke or something like that, that's not positive energy. It's the soul that absorbed a lot of negative energy, and it deteriorated its energy.
Okay. Because that was my next question. When you see different forms of this, what can it be called? And you just answered that question for me.
And there is another, I'm sure you're thinking of that. So then what are ghosts?
Right.
Ghosts are souls that have exited their physical body. So a person died, and because, let's say, it went through a trauma or through physical pain or something really unpleasant, it can get stuck in between the two dimensions. So it's not physical anymore, but it's not a soul either. So it's, in a sense, quasi-physical. So it's somewhere in between the physical and the energetic aspect of us, and they can move things. They can move things. A soul cannot move it. The soul that transitioned into the energetic field, into the ethereal or astral field, it cannot move things anymore. But the ghosts, because they still have a degree of physicality, they can do that.
So, yeah, this is in line with the way I've been thinking for a long time, for years. I'm learning a lot today. So when you become that energy and you're over there, you finally cross over there. Can you create your own reality when you're over there, or is it just a thing where you're floating around, and doing these different things?
So there, after you pass the light and the light
Right.
purified you, you are in a very uh, beautiful high vibration state in the proximity of the source of life.
Okay.
So it's only pure positive energy there. You can have only positive thoughts there. There's no way you can get a negative thought there. There's no negative energy. You can have only positive feelings, and you are part of the source itself.
Okay.
You have the properties of the source. It's like a magnet that divided in multiple parts. You have the same properties with the source. You are chi energy or divine energy or life force. And all souls have the ability to create. And once the soul wants to create its life, it creates infinite versions of that life. That's what's interesting. It doesn't create only, step by step what they want to do in that life. They create infinite possibilities so that they would have options to choose various experiences, and in this way to grow, to have the opportunity to grow and progress as much as possible in that life.
Yes, I know. Okay, we're almost back. Okay. My problem is I'm on Comcast here in this neighborhood, and so is everybody else. So if there's a big news thing happening or something, this is what happens. I apologize.
No problem.
So so when you come back here, for your next life, are you able to choose when you come back and who you come back as, or is that already predetermined?
You get to choose in the ultimate reality. When you design your life, you choose all the details. You choose where you're gonna go, when you're gonna go, who's gonna be your parents. How you actually see from there everything, all the possibilities of what could happen with you and with that life. If you don't like something, you can remove those versions of life. And once you incarnate, so that's like destiny, let's say that's the destiny.
Okay.
When you incarnate, you also have free will from all those infinite possibilities you've created for yourself to choose step by step what you would like to experience, which of those versions of life you're going to activate and experience step by step in your life.
Okay.
So
That makes
that's
a lot of sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The other question I had about that, now, you're able, obviously, there's a life review, like they tell us there's a life review. are you able to go back? Like I think you said this earlier about being able to go back through the records and seeing how this last life was that you had, and being able to choose. Now, are you able also to choose? Say you had a really good life, okay, and maybe you want to, I don't know, move up the ladder after you die the next time. So are you able to choose, to have afflictions or to have a harder life, or how does that work?
Yes, you can choose everything you want to experience. But it's very interesting. The more you progress, how do we progress? Through accumulating positive energy and through experiences. The more you have, the more you know, right?
Okay, right.
So we grow our energy and our vibration. The more you progress, the better lives you can create for yourself, the higher vibrations lives you can experience. So when you're small, you're a beginner soul. You're at
Mhm,
the beginning. You're detaching from the source as a molecule of
mhm,
source energy. You're not experienced. At your first incarnations is difficult for you. You don't know exactly what to do. You don't know how to stay connected with the energy of love. You're taken very fast by the waves of energy. So you're regressing, you're starting your progress from a low vibration. You don't have much power. But as you progress and you accumulate more and more positive energy, you become stronger and
mhm.
you're able to create nicer lives, easier lives. The more you evolve, the more you progress, the better your lives will be, the less difficulties you'll have in that life.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I heard. I have heard about stuff like that. I also was wondering too, is that each time you come back to this life here on Earth, and you go through certain things, like you say, you evolve into a higher being. How do people become angels, or how does
Angel,
that work? And I don't mean they're people, but you know what I mean. How does one become an angel, or how do they evolve?
there are two types of energies or consciousnesses that have detached from the source of life.
Hmm.
One type are the angels. The angels do not incarnate.
Okay.
They remained on that high vibration level of the source.
Hmm.
They are created with the purpose of protecting the souls that incarnate, so they don't need to incarnate. We do not
Okay.
become angels. We are the other category of the souls that evolve through experience,
Okay.
right?
Right.
So we cannot become angels. If people refer to angels as spiritual guides or teachers,
Hmm.
then yes, we can become evolved, we can become teachers, we can become the saints of religion. The saints of religion are the spiritual guides and masters. The gods of ancient Egypt and ancient civilizations are still the spiritual guides and the source.
Hmm. Okay. And then again, when we come back, now are we surrounded by the same people that we had in the past life?
If we choose to,
Okay.
if we choose, sometimes we choose, we have souls that we had many lives with, maybe souls that are closer to our vibration. The
Mhm.
souls that are on the same level of vibration with us are called soulmates. So we have those soulmates that we keep coming together with in many lives, or other souls that we have lives with.
Mhm.
If they're not our soulmates, then we have karmic relationships with them. And we keep coming together until that karma is resolved, until we release all the negative feelings that we keep with us as a
Mhm.
result of those experiences.
Okay. Okay. I understand. The other question I have, well, I have lots of questions, but um, when we do die, we become this higher being. Going back to this, and like you say, it's hard to wrap your head around the concept because we were raised to believe that, okay, we go to a place where we can build anything we want and do all this stuff, and just and then you know meet our people that we knew before, and all this is going on.
Yeah.
Um, for people that are so dead set with that, how are you able to, through your work, how are you able to show them? Well, I guess through the through the hypnosis, but I mean, is there anybody that's skeptical of going in with you to do this?
The people that are skeptical do not come to hypnotherapy sessions.
Okay, okay.
People that want to experience, from different reasons, past life regression or life beyond lives, yes, they come to see hypnotherapists.
Okay, okay. And the next question is, what's the procedure you use to get them to that point to where they're in that world?
Indeed, you need really good techniques to help people reconnect with their higher self, reconnect with the light. All the work that I do is through the light, through the involvement of positive energy. Some hypnotherapists have no idea what the light is, have no idea of how to involve it and what would be the benefit of it. When you guide people in hypnosis and involve the light at the same time, the souls connect with positive energy, and then through the river of positive energy, they go together with their spiritual teachers and access the information they need. Maybe they need to see a past life. Their spirit guides choose which life to experience. It's Everything is really well controlled by the spiritual guides, in the sense that you just don't get a random life.
Okay.
So they get exactly the life that represents either the source of their problem, either the solution of their problem, if it's done properly. And then by reviewing that life, the soul reviews that life, and the human aspect, it's an observer of what they experience at the soul level. And the person in hypnosis is able to go through those experiences, to describe them, to experience them emotionally. Some cry, some laugh, some are happy. It depends on the event that they experience. And then they go through the whole life, the most important events of that life, right? Then the human being starts already to see the connections with the current life, the similarities, the patterns. They recognize themselves. They do the same things in this life as well. They do exactly the same things they did in the other life. They have the same personality. And then after the soul dies and releases the physical body, it takes this beautiful journey back into the light. And many clients are able to describe in detail, just like the main character of my book. She has the most amazing skills of perception that I've ever read of. There are very few people that have so many abilities like her. And she's able to describe what she feels, what she sees, what's going on, how the earth looks, what's around her. The other soul, she communicates with a spiritual guide. She can understand him very well, what he's saying, and then goes into the light, describes the whole process in the light, how she feels, how she transforms, what she looks like in the light. She doesn't look like a soul anymore. She becomes this fear. They all become these fears of life force. Wow. The material we're all made of, this transparent spheres, the spheres through which the positive energy flows and gives off like rainbow colors, but millions of other colors we don't even know, or many more than we know. And then as they enter the ultimate reality, you can't see anything anymore. You're in a sense nothing, but you're a presence, you're a consciousness. You're there, but you don't have a body, not even an energetic body anymore. So clients get to experience all these, initially the past life, and then the journey into the light, and then the processes that are going on in the light, the reconnection with the spiritual guides. They get the chance to ask questions. They are welcomed by their loved ones or many other souls. Many describe like millions of souls are welcoming them. They feel like they know them. They don't particularly in that state know to tell which one are which, but they seem familiar. They're like a big family, and sometimes they recognize the mother, the I don't know, their child that may have passed on, and so on. They get the chance to talk to them, to realize that it's wonderful there. There's no reason to be worried. Where we are is the problem. It's the
Right.
difficulty. And then after the session, and then they get to experience, they go through the evaluation of that life, to learn what they should do in their life, what's valuable, what's a waste of energy and time, so they come with a very clear mind of what the purpose of life is, what they should do, what's good to do to conserve your energy, to grow your energy. And then as they enter the ultimate reality and go to the tree of life or the river, or to both of them, or even to the source. Some people go to the source, some even from the first session, others from the third or fourth, or it depends when they're ready and what challenges they have to address first. And the experiences are life-changing.
There's a question in the chat room. It says, I had an accident when I was younger, and all I remember is being in a pitch black room or area. And I always felt that this was negative. Is this true?
It's very possible. Let's say if you had a problem, an accident, or a near-death experience, but you were overwhelmed by low vibration, maybe you had a serious health condition, you were drawn by that low vibration in an area that's where there's some degree of low vibration. Maybe it's not the light, maybe you didn't go to the light, you went to another level, maybe a lower level of existence. And if the person felt like that wasn't positive, she should listen to her feelings, because through feelings you can realize where you are, because you feel the environment. The soul feels the energy that flows through it, or that's in the environment. So it's very possible to have that experience as well. Others go to the light. And we read a lot of those experiences.
Yeah, I've heard about people experiences like the one this person described. I've read a couple books with that in there. Let me ask you this. Where all this is concerned. I mean, there's a lot of benefit, right, to having this kind of regression for people. Like you say, they can go through and see what mistakes they made, and stuff. So, what's one of the main benefits of doing this?
First of all, through past life regression, because usually people go through past life and then life beyond lives.
Okay.
After a while, they can go directly into the ultimate reality without going first into a past life. But going through a past life and addressing the sources of the challenges you're having, many of the symptoms disappear. So one of the benefits would be releasing the pain or the suffering or the fear you had or the phobia or the anxiety or the panic attacks or the depression, the suicidal thoughts. In my book, your listeners can read about these cases. And in addition to this, you're rediscovering yourself. You're learning about all these facets of your multidimensional self that are you. Actually, you're connecting with another you from a past life, and you're learning from that life, and you're realizing that you're actually doing the same things, you're fighting the same battles without even realizing why you're doing those things. And you're learning a powerful from the past lives. And then as you enter the ultimate reality, there it's more of a vibrational, an emotional journey of taking you from where you are. Let's say you feel sad and not really okay, and things are not going well in your life. Takes you from that level. It literally takes you like in heaven. It literally is heaven, takes you on that high vibration where you feel yourself with feelings of love. You come back from that state transformed. You come back with peace and tranquility and love and positive thoughts, with solutions to your problems, and with a new perspective on life, on what's life all about, what's my purpose of life. And people are very much at peace, and they overcome their fear of death. First of all, they don't fear death anymore, and that's a wonderful thing, to go through life without fearing much anymore.
Now, when someone gets into the dark space, like this person was describing, after they pass, is there a way for them to get out of that dark space?
Absolutely. When the soul starts to release those feelings, or if they choose to focus on the light, if they remember to just imagine they're looking at the sun, the light comes and takes them, absorbs them from that place. Or if the soul remembers to call on the angels, like Archangel Michael and Gabriel, they immediately come and take them. Or if they go through some experiences there, they can progress, like, climbing the stairs again to get you out of that pit and get you to light. Absolutely, all souls progress and return to the light at some point.
I just find this incredible. I've never heard of this. I've heard of stuff like this similar, but not quite the way you describe it. And
Yeah,
it's incredible. So
yeah,
as you get close to death, because I watched my mother get really calm, like it didn't bother her. Like, okay, I'm going home. Does your mind, does your mind start to change the closer you get to death to get you ready for this? Your physical mind?
when you're close to death, the soul cannot handle the physical body that well, cannot return, because it has a lot of blockages. The physical body accumulates lots of blockages. You mentioned Alzheimer or dementia,
Yeah.
right? There's a lot of blockages in the energy field at the head area, which impact the functionality of the brain. Therefore, the soul comes and goes. And the soul, as it comes and goes, is able to bring the information from those journeys outside of the body, bring the information into the conscious awareness and talk about those things and say, my husband is waiting for me, or I saw, I don't know what relative, they're waiting for me. I'm going home to the light, because maybe they just been to the light. The soul extends from the body all the time. And at night, every night, we should go back to the light. Not only when we die. This is a misconception. We should go every single night back home to rest, to cleanse, to charge, to resolve some of the challenges we want to address in this life. And when it comes back to the body, the soul of your mom was talking about going home, because it's just been home and it's trying to end the life, to cut the connection with the physical body because of the blockages in the physical body. It may not be able to cut it exactly when it wants. It needs to wait a little bit for the body to use the positive energy for the body to die.
Okay. Now you just hit on something too that I was thinking. Sylvia Brown used to write, when she used to write her book, she wrote about that thread that comes out of our soul and it's attached to the other side. Is there something similar?
Could you describe to me a little bit more about that? Just for me.
It's kind of like a rope in a way that goes from you to the other side. Because she always said that the other side was just within reach, 3 feet away from us. So is it like when you talk about the connection? Is that similar to that connection? Where we have that tether to the other side.
Yeah, it's a silver cord. That's what they call it, a silver cord. It's like the umbilical cord in a sense, but it's energy.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then the soul, at the moment of that, it cuts that cord, and free itself from the physical body and the energetic aspect of it. It just the soul lives
That makes
the
sense.
the low vibration aspect of it, because the soul is the positive vibration, so the positive energy. So the positive energy leaves the body, therefore the body become lifeless. The
Okay.
soul is the life force.
I can see that, because I mean, if your body's broken down or whatever, I mean, that's the last thing you want to do is stay attached to something that's broken down. You want to move it. You want to move on to wherever you're going to go, so you don't need that connection anymore.
Exactly.
Instead of being snapped back in. So, how do you feel about meditation and stuff? And helping people, get into this consciousness or whatever.
Meditation is very helpful. It can rewire the brain. It can stimulate the production of new brain cells, neurogenesis. It can help the brain become healthier, the soul to be able to access the body easier and stay in the body more. But the most effective meditation that I would suggest to everyone is focusing on white golden light like the sun. When you start meditating, just imagine you're on the beach and you're looking at the sun. And in this way, as a soul, you're actually extending from the body and entering the light, because if you focus on the light, the soul focuses on the light, and it goes into the light. And once it does that, the physical body is protected, the light enters the body and protects your body, so it wouldn't become a vehicle for low vibration energy. And then the soul, through the river of light, it goes into the light and rests and charges. And if your listeners would like to experience this type of meditation or a hypnosis session, it's kind of the same thing. They can download from my website a free full session of meditation for improving the quality of sleep. It's on my website, on every page, all the way down to the bottom. They can see, download a free MP3 recording for improving the quality of sleep.
That's awesome. What do you like best about what you do?
I love everything because I resonate with this knowledge. I've been searching my entire life for this, and to be honest, I love teaching these therapies. I love teaching, and I've been teaching since 2013, and I teach to psychiatrists, medical doctors, psychotherapists. The majority of my students are psychotherapists, medical students, people from the holistic field, people from any walk of life. Some people want to have the training just for themselves to address their own challenges because it's cheaper than going on other routes. My training is very cheap compared to the prices that are out there, but it's very valuable. It has a lot of amazing information. And also, there are others that want to become practitioners to practice hypnotherapy, past life regression, life beyond lives regression, age regression, progression therapy as well. We learn a lot of therapies, these holistic alternative techniques.
Now, that's my next question. Now, and being in the medical field, what prompted you to shift over into this?
I guess my sole purpose. I always thought that there's more. I did not resonate. I went through medical school initially, then through dental school and residency program. I felt like we're missing something. There's something regarding healing that we're not understanding or not learning in medical school. So I started this journey of understanding what else is there, because I felt that I need to find something. And, life will take you if you ask. I used to pray for the universe to show me the secrets of healing and the secrets.
Well, lost her. All right, let's give it a second. There we
Yeah,
go. Oh,
I
you're
used to
back.
pray for this,
Right.
and the universe opened me the ways. If you told me when I was in medical school, and I used to pray for this, that one day I'll have clients in hypnosis, and through them, the spiritual guides and masters will come. The main character of my book is actually a pure channel for her spirit guide and the spiritual masters, and she cannot remember things she says in that state. She's an unconscious channel, a pure channel. If you told me that I would experience, I would have said, "Oh, come on, you're joking.
Right.
There's
Right.
no such thing," So the universe will take you to where you need to go in order to fulfill your desires of helping others.
Okay. Last question. You're standing on the strip in Las Vegas. And Las Vegas has their stage hypnotists and all this.
I know.
How
I've
do
been
you how do you draw
multiple
people?
times.
Yes, how do you draw people in to your practice?
I don't. They come to me. I
Okay.
don't to do the Las Vegas shows. I was offered a few times such thing, but I use hypnosis for therapeutic purposes. I don't use it for entertainment. It's a very different style than stage hypnosis.
Okay. Okay. What do you have to say to people that you know want to do this? How do they find someone? I mean, obviously, you have a website, but what are the first steps that they need to take to take this journey?
To take this journey, well, they can, maybe they want to read some books. Dr. Brian Weise's book, Many Lives, Many Masters, is the first book that kind of opened the door to millions of people to past lives, and those concepts of past life regression and this type of therapeutic approach. They can read my book, and my book in a sense continues his work and takes these journeys into the ultimate reality very far. There's no book that I read or client that I heard of to end up to the tree of life, to end up to the source, to merge with the source. So this is as far as we've gone so far in this field. I'm sure in the future others will take it even further, and who knows what else they will discover.
Absolutely. How can people find you?
On my website, it's drgabor.com, so it's easy to remember if they think of Jaja Gabor,
Yep.
right? Doctor with dr in front, drgabor.com. And they can start first with a recording, listen to that recording, and fall asleep with it at night. The soul never sleeps. Our consciousness never sleeps. Only the human body and the human mind sleeps. And the soul will follow the guidance into the light. In that recording, I guide souls to the light to rest, and then give some positive suggestions. And from there, they will know where to go as consciousness.
So what's next? Are you going to write another book, or are you just
Yes.
okay?
Yes, I intend to write another book. I also have a certification program in hypnotherapy that will start in October. They can find that on the training page on my website. And we're going to do it over Zoom. I've been teaching over Zoom because I have students from all over the world, so it's hard to get them in one place.
Sure.
So we are going to teach over Zoom, and it's a 12-day program plus an online module where they will find lots of cases, lots of sessions they can listen, learn from, and we're going to practice a lot in those days.
Awesome, awesome. Elena, thank you for coming on tonight or today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being here with you. You had amazing questions.
Love to have you on later on, when you get your other book going and all that stuff.
Anytime.
And all right. Well,
Thank
you
you.
have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you. You too. Have a beautiful day.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, guys. I learned a lot. I know you did too. We had a great question, in the chat room and stuff. Tomorrow, I'm not going to be here. I have some business things to attend to. However, at 6:30 p.m., we're going to do a Best of California Haunts Radio. Our good friend Carrie Cassidy, talking about is there a secret space program? That's going to be the video tomorrow. There's I sent the links out so you guys can pick that up. and I'll go ahead and update all that as well, so you guys can view that. It's a really good show, and that's an interesting topic. So you guys can enjoy that once again. And for the people that haven't seen that yet, check it out, okay? Because it'll be teased all over. If you like the show, okay, and you're watching from Facebook and you haven't done so already, please feel free to leave me a happy face or thumbs up or whatever. Because what that does is there's an algorithm on Facebook, and the more of those you leave, the higher up in the algorithm we go, which means they distribute the show out further. It's the same thing over at YouTube. So if you leave me like thumbs up and happy face and all that. Also, if you haven't done so already and you're watching from Facebook, hit that follow button. Always looking for followers, and always grateful for my followers. So please hit that follow button. Same thing over at YouTube. The subscribe button doesn't cost anything to subscribe, right? There's 631 videos sitting over there, and they're all different topics. And so what I've been doing is I've been doing categories on these shows to make it easier for you to find people that you would like to listen to and see the different shows. Otherwise, you get over there and the front page of YouTube is a big mess. Okay, it's got everything going back for almost 4 years. So that's the easiest way to sort through everything. All right. Again, you can find us on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram under Ghosty Gal. YouTube is youtube.com/@California Haunts Radio. TikTok is California Haunts. Twitter, remembering all these. Twitter's is California Haunts, and Twitch is Cal Haunts. So I think I got everybody covered. All right. Anyway, I want to thank you all for coming today, and I know some of you will be watching this evening after you get off work, because you're not used to have me on. The kicker part of all this, I know we had a couple of internet glitches, is that Elena today is currently teaching in Romania. So we were online with Romania today. So I think the internet held up really, really well considering we were all the way over there. So anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. And that reminder about that class on Saturday, there is one opening that just opened up. So if you're interested to become a member of this paranormal team, this is the way to do it. You have to take this course. It's a real I was going to say high-end course. It's a real dedicated course, because I like things done a certain way. And Jerry, who's in our chat room, can vouch for that. I like things done a certain way during investigations. I've done this for 19 years, and yeah, and it's an intense. That's the word I was looking for. It's an intense course because you learn all that stuff. And if you're interested in becoming a top-notch paranormal investigator, this is the course to take. Okay. All right. Anyway, I will see you guys I'll see you guys on Friday with Medium live on Friday with Medium Nancy Matz at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. But again, tomorrow there's a best of, and it's a really, really good show. It talks about the possibility of there being a secret space program. So if you guys are into that, that's the thing to watch. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow, and Friday. God, I'm tired. It's been a long day. 4th of July up all night. I'll give you her contact information again in the book, and then I'm going to sign off here. So here we go. The website is drgabor.com, all lowercase, drgabor.com. And the book is Home of the Tree of Life. My dog's in there yelling. He wants my attention. And the book is available at Amazon.com. All right, guys, I will see you on Friday. I will see you live here on Friday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. In the meantime, tomorrow, enjoy Is There a Secret Space Program? See ya.